and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm thrilled to be celebrating Scrapping on the Fly, Kristen's 500 YouTube subscribers. She's doing a celebratory hop and she's asked us all to choose one of her layouts to scrap lift. So I went through her Instagram, she's got some gorgeous layouts there, and chose the one that you will have seen at the beginning. It's got 3 paint stripes on the right hand side and then a lot of houses. It's documenting a house. So I've chosen a very different picture. It's a picture of my twins when they were 2 in a pushchair in our back garden. So I wanted to use my Distress Oxide inks to create the paint strips down the right hand side, which you've just seen me do. I used Tattered Rose, Chipped Sapphire and Black Soot. I'm using the Maggie Holmes Market Square collection, and I thought these colours went really well with the colours in my photo and the colours in those papers. So just trimming the photo down a little bit to get rid of the excess background that doesn't need to be there, and then I'm going to go in and matte it with white card. Now you'll see there's a bit of a mess on the back of the photo because I messed up the first time trimming the edges, so I had to pull it all off and try again. So here I am matting down the photo, and then once I've done that I'm going to start choosing the elements to put behind it. So this collection is quite well used by me, but you'll see I'm just pulling out some papers I think might work with it. Having a look at this tag sheet, and I see the tag that says I love you always and forever, which I think will just be perfect for the picture of the kids. So I'm not quite sure where that's going to go, but I just put it there so that I know I'm going to use it somewhere. And then I'll start going through the other bits and pieces and cutting off some strips to go behind the photo to create a mat. And just layering up as I go. I find this map paper and I think the colours bring added interest to the layout, so just cutting a chunk of that off to add to the bottom. Checking the positioning, and then I keep going, finding more pieces, adding to. And sometimes you just need the smallest scraps to create the layers that you want on your layout. And I haven't forgotten that tag, it does come back later on. it's at this point I realise that it really is time to start sticking things down before it gets too unmanageable. And I'm happy with the positioning, so here I come in with just the wet glue, just lifting corners up to get it all together as one big mat before I stick it down onto the layout. Now that's all down, I want to stick the photo down, but I'm going to put it onto foam pads per usual, just to lift it up and make it the focal point. So using these 25mm Sticks 2 foam pads, which I love for matting my photos now. We've got them in Hey Look a Magpie and they're just brilliant. So there goes the photo onto the layout. And just using the edge of my nail just to rough up the edges ever so slightly, because we've got the torn edges of the paper at the top of the photo mat. I just wanted to echo that in the mat on the photo. So now I'm going to go through the ephemera bits and see what I can find here that will match. I like this flower, so pulling out a few of the floral bits. I like the acetate, but not on this layout. I like that frame, so that goes up the top. And Kristen's got quite a big strip of paper down the left hand side, so I wanted to echo that, so I'll slowly fill in the gaps. I'm just pulling out anything that I think might be interesting. Don't necessarily use it all, but it's good to have options. I love that anything but ordinary card, because they really are. They were such characters, well they still are. So just seeing if this frame works to frame that phrase, but it's too small, so I'll just keep that up at the top and then playing about with the floral ephemera. And I'll keep playing and I'll bring in that other tag that I cut earlier. I'll leave you to watch me messing about. And you'll have seen me briefly picking up the sticker book there, and it's at that point I realised that I really do need to stick things down before I go any further. It's something that I quite often do, keep embellishing and not sticking things down, and then I get in a mess and forget where things go. So if you just do things methodically, and once you're happy with placements, stick things down before going on to the stickers. I tend to do ephemera first and then stickers. So just checking that I'm happy with where this tag's going and gluing it down. I haven't punched the hole yet for the top of the tag, but I will do after, and then getting these flowers down. So here we come with the whole tag, and I will add some thread to that later on. And then I realised that these flowers aren't all down, so sticking them. And I think I stick them down, and yes, I stick this one down and then realise I want it to be mounted on some foam, so that comes back up in a sec. I like how that's filled out that corner there. So here we go, just adding a bit of foam there. So overlaps the photo. I'm much happier with that. I'll bring a bit of foam to that leaf. And now these tags, I really like these tags, they were in the ephemera pack, so they'll go down. And the small one at the bottom that I've already stuck on off camera, that's from the sticker pack. So just one on the foam, and that's where I'll put my date. As I say, slowly filling things in. Another look through the sticker book to see what else I can add. I like these black and white flat florals because we've got that one in that right hand cluster, so one goes there and another one on the right hand side. Just to echo the other bits of black and white in the layout. I do like these floral stickers, but they're not going to work on this layout. And I love these foiled words, so I end up adding some to these tags. That one says my sunshine. And then this one's so darling. I do love this photo of them. Amelia looks like she's strangling James. I think she was trying to give him a cuddle, but he doesn't seem distressed, so it can't have been too bad. And then sticking this frame down. And I do like what it adds to the top of the page there, just bringing that brown in. Adding the little bird. And that phrase at the top, I don't know whether I said that before, says family. Just adding my lid to the glue. I'm terrible at leaving it, and then the nozzle gets clogged if you leave it open. And I like this just to add a little bit more interest behind the bird. Just trying to work out where it'll go. I want to pull off the glue slightly. I like that. Again, it's just layers, adding dimension and texture to the layout. And this is just a row of hearts, gold foiled hearts, I wanted to add somewhere. I'm just working out where exactly it's going to go. And it settles there. Just checking through, seeing if there's anything else. This sticker book's a faulty one by the look of it because there are two of the same sheet. It's a nice sheet though, so I don't mind. I'm now adding some thread to that tag at the bottom. So just doubling over a piece of cotton and pushing it through. And I wanted to try something different I've seen Julie Taylor doing before, where she anchors the ends of the thread to another embellishment. So I grab my box of wood veneer and look for an arrow or something to go on there. And I find this bird, which I think will be really cute on that tag, just to echo the bird that we've got above the photo. So that goes down just there. I'm bringing a few more wood embellishments in. That heart was a bit too big for me, but I like this brown one. These are all very old Studio Calico wood veneer that I've had in my stash for years. I like the skinniness of that arrow, but it was just a bit too long. So this one's the one that makes it. So just add in some glue and then I'll twist the ends of the thread around it. I'll wrap round one way first, but I'm not happy with it, so I'll wrap the other way. And fiddling, it's quite fiddly to do this. There we go, going the other way, it's much better. Just unwinding that and then I'll redo it. And then once that's stuck, I'm not quite sure what to do with the ends, so I tie them in a knot, but still don't really like the look of it, so you'll see I'll go through my acrylic and JD 3D pieces in a minute and find a nice Bramble Fox XO that I can stick on top of that just to anchor it down. And for now, just gluing it down to the page. So here we come in with the acrylic and JD 3D. And straight away I see this pink XO and think, oh, that's perfect, because it brings the pink in from the I Love You Always and Forever tag as well. And then some of the JD 3D print stars. Just trying that paper clip, but I don't really like it there. So a few more stars, and then I'll glue them all down. I'm now coming in with the 6x12 sticker sheet, and I really like that title, You Are Beautiful Just the Way You Are. So I add some talcum powder onto there just to be able to move it around to get rid of the sticky on the back. But in the end, it's not quite right, it's not quite what I want, although looking at it here I do really like it. I'm wondering if I should have kept it after all. Just having a look at what else I've got. And my pile of stuff next to me, and then I see this gold happy heart, and I know straight away that's what I want to add. I really want to bring some gold into this with the yellow that's on there already. So just working out the positioning and placing that down, so I'm overlapping the black for the word happy, and then heart goes underneath it. And decided not to use that You Are Beautiful, so then I want to come in with my journaling underneath the happy heart. So just drawing some guidelines, and then I'll add the journaling there. And then I'm going to add the date onto that arrow tab. I don't have a date stamp that goes back to 2009, so I'm having to handwrite it. I normally use a date stamp for my dates. And then just looking through these sticker rolls that I've had to put in a little cellophane bag, just seeing if there's anything else that I can add. And I really like these circles, so a couple of those go on. I like that bird, but I just can't work out where to put it, so that stays. But this floral looks nice just up there in the frame. I'm going back to the 6x12 sheet just to see if there's anything else to be added. Butterfly was a bit too big and not quite right. I tried it in a few positions but abandoned that. But then I see the bee. I think, oh, that's great. I want to put this with the transparent sticker that I'd added before, but it was a bit of a fiddle to get it underneath those threads from the tag. I'll get there in the end. There we go. Just separating the threads. And I really like this tab that says lovely. So that gets added at the top. Try it in a few positions first though. And now I want to come in with some gold splatters just to echo the gold in the title. And that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for joining me. Huge congratulations to Kristen on reaching 500 subscribers. That's a phenomenal number. Please check out the other hoppers in the description box below to see more inspiration. And thank you so much for joining me. See you soon. Bye.